Good morning. Happy 10th day of our 21-day challenge. And today, I think, is going to be a really good read. I got up early, really early this morning, too early to turn on the camera, and already got a chance to maybe do a little study. Just sitting there, I just had a need to sit next to Jesus and just be with him this morning. And so I didn't turn on the camera or anything. I just needed him today. So I'm going to continue studying our chapter 10, and then let's discuss it, okay? Let me switch the camera around here. There we go. Let me see if I can get you to come a little closer. You guys, I needed chapter 10 so badly this morning. You know, sometimes you just need the good shepherd. Sometimes you just need someone to come in and protect you and guard you and hold you and help you heal your wounds. And this morning I couldn't sleep, and so I came in here early and just started digging through it and just spent time in my journal. I was also looking through some of my old journals about shalom. In fact, that's why this entire channel is what it is, because in 2016 I had already been doing words of the year, and then I just felt like I still couldn't find peace. I couldn't find that security I needed. I couldn't find, all those things. And so my word of the year that I discovered in the fall of 2016 for 2017 was shalom. And so I just started researching that in the fall and just headed into 2017 with that word. And little did I know, here we are in 2024, heading into 2024, and that word has stayed with me. Even though I've done all these sub-words, I've remained with this theme of shalom and peace. And that is because of a great need in my life for someone to protect, somebody to guard, somebody to just help me through life and give me that peace that even as a Christian I was struggling to find. And so the journey has brought me through some amazing things where I've learned how to have that peace on the inside no matter what storms are brewing on the outside. And that's something I didn't realize right away. I always thought if I just followed God, that He would give me peace, and it would be peace externally, so that suddenly my life, I would have no financial problems and no relationship problems, and my life would just be hunky-dory. And what I realized in the last so many years of studying it is that the storms will always brew around you, and there will always be drama if you have relationships with anybody, and there will always be a little financial struggle, especially as we are facing some of the highest grocery prices around ever. And they just keep climbing, and they get scary when you go to the grocery store and you don't get much, and it's $100. You have like one little basket, and they're like $100, and you're like, wow, I used to fill a whole shopping cart for that. Anyways, but despite all of that, and despite the world isn't getting any better. But my peace on the inside, if I stay connected to the shepherd, if I stay close to him, I can feel that incredible peace on the inside. So this was a timely and wonderful chapter for it to be right at the beginning of the year when there's so much uncertainty in front of us. So the best way I can do this, because I got so much out of it, and I don't want to make this a super long video. I'm hoping you'll just do your study and really God speak to you through it. But the only way I can really do that is if I have you over top of me, and it's really hard for me to get the camera just right so that you can read it. So let me try to switch it around and see if I can do an okay job of that. Okay, so if I could reach around the camera and do this, we'll see. But I'm really glad that I woke up early this morning and really just dove into this and sat with it. I hope you got a chance to read it and break it down. What I ended up doing is writing a list of the traits that I found in there. So John chapter 10, Jesus is the good shepherd. And so I noticed that there was a list of the others, the enemies, the hired hands, and how they treated the sheep. And then I noticed that there was kind of traits that Jesus, the good shepherd, goes through. So I'll go through some of those with you, like Jesus, the good shepherd, enters by the gate. Which means he kind of enters the correct way. He doesn't try over here. The opposite is the others, the enemy. They don't climb in by the gate. They climb in another way. And so you can tell that they are the enemy because they're not coming in the right way. Jesus, the good shepherd, is the shepherd of the sheep. The sheep listen and know his voice. And the other ones, they are a thief and a robber. They have a stranger's voice. And the sheep don't know their voice. He knows their name. Actually, I'm going to go back up. The sheep listen and know his voice, and they don't know his voice. He knows their name. So Jesus knows each of you by your name. He knows everything about you. I have that down here too. He calls them out. So he calls them because he knows that they are his sheep. So when he calls, they come running. He goes ahead of them. So he's leading them and guiding them. They follow him. He is the gate for the sheep, which means he protects them. He keeps them safe. It's the way to enter the kingdom. So they're only the people who are really his flock, his sheep, his children. They there's only one way to truly enter, and that is through Jesus, who's the gate, which is our number 3 I am statement. In verse 7 of chapter 10, it says, "Therefore Jesus said, very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who have come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved." He is the way to eternity. He's the way to the Father. He's the way to heaven. They will come in and go out and find pasture. In other words, like they used to have these sheep pens, and they were either caves, or they were like they had fences around them, and then there was one gate right here, and usually the shepherd slept in that gate to make sure that no thieves came in and out, no sheep got out, no wolves came in, and anything that was good would come through that gate, like another shepherd or something like that. But the robbers, the thieves, and the wolves, they would actually try to jump the walls or jump and come in a different way. So that's why Jesus is the gate, because he's the way, and he protects and he guards that gate. And then our number 4 I am statement is, I am the good shepherd. Let me go a little bit more on my list here, and then I've got some other things that I found. Jesus came that we may have life and have it to the full. The good shepherd lays his life down for the sheep. Jesus knows us, his children, the sheep, know him. And then I had a list of good shepherd, bad shepherds, but let me go through some more of the bad shepherds as well. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, does not own the sheep. When he sees trouble, he runs and abandons the sheep. The wolf attacks the sheep, and he cares nothing for them. So good shepherds, bad shepherds. A good shepherd takes care of their flock. The bad shepherd takes care of themselves. The good shepherd strengthens the weak, sick, and lost. And the bad shepherd, they worry about their own health. The good shepherd rule lovingly and gently. And the bad shepherd rules harshly and brutally. The good shepherd gathers and protects, and the bad shepherd abandons and scatters the sheep. The good shepherd gives their best, and the bad shepherd keeps the best for themselves. There have been a lot of bad shepherds in the past, disguised as Christian pastors, Christian leaders, Christian Sunday school teachers. This is how to know if they were a good shepherd or a bad shepherd. So a lot of times, like a pastor is called a shepherd. And just because they go by the name Christian doesn't mean that they are necessarily part of Jesus's good shepherds. He's the ultimate good shepherd, and he actually hires, so to speak, other good shepherds that help his flock. The problem is that a lot of them are wolves in sheep's clothing. A lot of them are thieves and robbers, and they disguise themselves like a good shepherd. But this is how you know. You're going to know by their fruit. Are they really from God, or are they just there for their own benefits? They keep the best for themselves. They take care of themselves. So you can decipher if you are in a church or a Christian group or a Sunday school class. If they are modeling these, they won't do it perfectly because they're human. So they're going to make some mistakes. So, give way for some mistakes, give some grace. But if they ultimately are always about themselves and all about this, run. Go find the good shepherd. Get back into his flock. Get back into a flock that he approves. But then this is the ultimate example right here. The other thing that my Bible did is somewhere along here. It told me about the gate and the sheep, and to go to Ezekiel 34:23. So I was like, that's interesting. It talks about the shepherd. And lo and behold, in the book of Ezekiel 34, this is all about the Lord will be Israel's shepherd. And this is Old Testament. This is way before the New Testament, way before Jesus as a man here in the New Testament. And it actually is talking about the good flock and the bad flock. This will be an interesting read to you. They specifically talk about verse 23. I will place over them one shepherd, my servant David, and he will tend them, and he will, let's see, can't read from there. He will tend them and be their shepherd. I, the Lord, shall be their God, and my servant David will be the prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken. So here Ezekiel was prophesying that God was going to put David, as he was originally a shepherd when he was a little boy, which is such a good representation of Jesus, although he was a man and not perfect. But God put him as a shepherd over his flock, over the Israelites, over the people. And for the most part, he was a good leader and a good shepherd. And like I said, any earthly shepherd is going to make mistakes. But, if they're plugged into God, they're going to over the whole, be a good shepherd. So then, this also is a prophecy for Jesus, because now Jesus here, this is Old Testament, and all the leaders know this. So when Jesus comes in the New Testament, and he's telling them, I am the gate for the sheep, they know what this all means. And I am the good shepherd. They know this is referring to him being the leader over the Israelites. And then he says something really interesting. Let me find it. I lay down my life for the sheep, which he's going to die here soon. I have other sheep that are not of this sheep pen. I must bring them also. They too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock and one shepherd. What that is at this time in history, Jesus is ministering to the Jews, and his ministry is mainly for the Jews. However, as soon as he dies, all of his disciples, he told them to go into all the world, into all the nations, and bring people into the flock. So those are Gentiles. Those are, if you're not of Jewish descent, that's you. That he has sheep out there that are from, not from this pen, and he's going to bring them in so that they can be one flock with one shepherd. That's a really neat little thing here. The other thing is Psalms 23 just came to mind as I was reading this morning. And it's so comforting because Jesus, and of course this is Old Testament, Psalm 23. It's a psalm of David, who was a shepherd himself. And yet, he's writing this about the Lord, which could be Jesus. The Lord is my shepherd. This is in NIV, and I have a hard time because I try to go to what I memorized as a kid, but I'll try to read it out of the NIV. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, or you could say the shadow, even though, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And this year, I've really been walking in that shadow of death. But you can also say, through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and your love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I wrote a note here. My part is completely passive. God does the work. My only job is to trust. I think I did that when I was studying my word trust. So if you want some extra reading today, go to Psalms 23 and read that along with your John chapter 10. And then also read Ezekiel 34, all about the good and the bad shepherd, which is amazing. It all ties into our New Testament reading this morning. So let me flip the camera around. Okay, everyone. I flipped the camera around, and as you can see, I did film an end. I don't know if you can see that, but what ended up happening is I filmed the entire thing in slow motion, and it happens all the time. I have this camera, and if you barely touch any of those buttons, you get it all screwed up. Remember what I was saying about what peace is? That the peace that God gives you is internal. That no matter what drama is going on around you, no matter what storms are brewing, you can have shalom and complete peace on the inside, because God can turn anything around. So this is a perfect example that I tried my best to get this edited, and I am having what you call equipment drama. So I'm going to just, I'm using my phone now to just end this. So I just want to wish you all shalom, peace from within, no matter what storms are brewing, and that God is your shepherd. Jesus is the good shepherd who protects us, guards us. He gives us a way through the door to eternal life. He makes sure that we have green pastures to feed us and provide for us, that we're sheltered from the storm. And when we get lost, he runs out and he goes and finds us. And I had a really good ending to this, and I can't remember it, but I do know I did say that Jesus goes out and leaves the 99 to go find the one that's lost. So if you're out there lost on the wrong path, Jesus is finding you. Listen to him, hear his voice, and come back. And if you're on the right path with Jesus, just know he's your good shepherd. He's protecting you and from the thieves and the wolves and all the things. So have a wonderful day. I hope you feel the presence of your good shepherd all day today. And until tomorrow, next video, shalom, dear friends. Love you guys.